This episode is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. Manscaped just hooked me up with a bunch of stuff. The Perfect Package 4.0. It's a trimmer. It's waterproof. You get 90 minutes once you put it on the charger. Turn it on. Plus, you get free boxer, free bag, and you get the t-shirt that I got on right now. Plus, you get the liquids to keep you fresh to death. All you gotta do is go to manscaped.com, use the promo code CAN'TWAIT20. You get 20% off, plus free shipping, plus 2 free gifts at manscaped.com. Plus, you get a newspaper. We save balls. So all you gotta do to get 20% off is go to manscaped.com, plus free shipping, plus 2 free gifts, and use the promo code CAN'TWAIT20. Yo! Back at you with another episode. Friday night. What's going on out in these streets? Man. It's a Friday night. Let's see. Yeah, whatever. Smash the like button. Share the video. Yeah, this video, I got this video idea from a email that I got. Because a lot of women in this day and time, they focus on the things that make them unattractive. They focus on things that most guys don't really care about. Might be impressive that you went to an Ivy League college, or you went to 4-year college, or you got a master's degree, etc. PhD, you certified in this, you certified in that. But that doesn't mean a guy is going to wife you. And that doesn't mean that the guy that you're talking to, or the guy that's trying to get with you, that doesn't mean he's not qualified to get with you just because you went to USC. Yeah, a lot of women are miseducated. Just a lot of people in general are miseducated. And that can be a problem sometimes. You would think that wouldn't be the case. But you gotta always ask, why do most women go to college? And it's gonna vary from person to person and group to group. religion to religion, depending on the religion, depending on the culture, depending on the family, depending on the individual. The answer is going to vary. You know, it's like some women go to college because they trying to find a guy to hopefully start a family with. You got some women go to college because they want to be independent. They want to be able to take care of themselves and be independent, and not have to rely on anybody or depend on anybody. Which there's no such thing as an independent person. Everybody needs support. So that's just whenever I hear a woman start talking about how independent she is, you're a moron. You're an idiot. It doesn't exist. Now, maybe in their minds it exists, but in reality, there's no such thing as an independent person. You know, see, this is in this society, the Western world, we get to throw around words and phrases that it doesn't mean anything. You know, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, there's a lot of things people say and do. And even a lot of movies, people will use words and phrases, and it doesn't exist. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a girlfriend. There's no such thing as a girlfriend. And, and if you don't believe it, go to court and sit down and observe Monday through what? Thursday, maybe Monday through Friday. But depending on where you at now. But under normal circumstances, when if you go to like divorce court or family court and just observe in the courtroom, there's not the judge and attorney, any of these attorneys, not one time do they mention about somebody's girlfriend. In any law book, even in the Bible, there's no mention of a girlfriend. Nowhere. None. You can read any book. You go back 100, 200, 500 years, 1,000 years. In no book does it ever mention a girlfriend. That's something that they started here. Either the woman's fit or she's unfit for marriage. That's it. If she's unfit, she belongs to the streets. That's really it. See, we get to play around, play games. People play games and try to justify and make people not feel so bad about who they might be because they don't want to hurt their feelings, and they try not to isolate certain groups of people because they want to make money off of them. That's what it really all about. See, here's the psychology when it comes to this. The reason why they have to label people in groups or individuals, because this gives big companies mainly, or it could be corporations or writers or agencies. This give people the opportunity to classify you as such so they can get people's attention and eventually, hopefully, make money. That's what the labels is all about. That's what it really boils down to, really. It ain't really got nothing to do with the person in itself. Not at all. Regardless of how you feel, too. See a lot of people, especially here in America, they think things are the way they are because they had something to do with it. No, you ain't had nothing to do with it. You just happen to be a part of the group that's dominating everybody. You ain't had to do nothing. All you had to do is come out of your mother's womb. That's all you had to do. It's like a lot of people will say, "Oh, I love my country." No, you don't. You left your country to come over here. So that logic doesn't make any sense. So people are saying and doing things and they'll justify almost anything. That's miseducation. That's just, it doesn't even add up if you really sit back and think about some of the stuff people say and do. You can't even justify it. Unless you just do what women do, or women justify anything. And it doesn't make, you can't even figure out why a lot of women do what they do out here. Why they behave the way they behave out here. If you let them tell it, you be like, what? You crazy as cat shit. If you buy into all that stuff, if you willing to sit there and listen, I'm not. Smash the like button. It's like the more educated most people get in these universities and institutions, the dumber they get. They can't find their way out of a cardboard bag. If it's kind of like they put all this effort and time into getting educated, but their relationships are horrible. The household is horrible. The kids don't like them. The husband, he looking for a replacement. He don't even want to lay up with you. He don't even want to sleep with you in the bed. But you love it. But they love that job. They'll work the hell out of that job. That job, for most women, is power. But you be like, that doesn't make any sense. How can a job be power? If the job is that's a symbolism of freedom for a lot of women. They look at it like, hey, if I don't have this job, I'm gonna probably have to depend on a guy because number one, I have low self-esteem. Number two, I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. And number three, I'm insecure about a whole lot of things when it comes to me just being a woman. So that's where a lot of insecurities come from. She can't depend on who she is as a woman at the core because she has too many issues. Probably too much baggage, probably had a bad childhood, bad role model, etc., etc. So that's why the job is so important to a lot of women. Because if she ain't got that job, a lot of women look at it like, I have to do what the guy says. And that could be anything. To what extent, though? That's how a lot of women look at it. Like, to what extent do I have to listen to this guy? Because most women, especially if they live with a guy, a lot of these guys be telling these women to do some crazy shit sometimes. So, but a lot of women are not really. It's not wrong with doing whatever a guy tells a woman to do. But here's the problem. A lot of women are not really into these guys like that. Now, if she's into the guy like that, well, hey, that's a match made in heaven. Perfect. She won't have a problem doing whatever you want. But a lot of these damn women are not into the guy like that. And a lot of women are so damn masculine. So the job becomes her man. The job becomes her man. The job is what she looks up to. The job is what she respects. She don't respect the guy at home. The guy at home is just a placeholder. And 9 times out of 10, the guy at home, he done clocked out anyway, mentally. He's looking for a replacement, or he's looking for a way out. This happens all the time. Now, will he find a replacement? Who knows? It just depends on his situation. Depends on what type of guy he is. It just depends. Some guys can't afford to leave. Some guys have been beaten down so bad, they have low self-esteem right along with the woman that they might be with. So you have two people living in the same household with all kind of insecurities, all kind of baggage, all kinds of low self-esteem. So nobody's going nowhere unless something happens and it blows up, and then they get to a point where they're forced to separate. That happens more often than one person saying, "Hey, I think it's time for us to go our separate ways." Yeah, that doesn't really happen often. When people go their separate ways, it's almost never a peaceful situation. It's always some type of altercation or some type of blow up, so to speak. That's usually how it ends. It usually doesn't end well. Alabama in the house. Yeah, that's usually how it ends up, man. It shouldn't be that way, but that's usually how it is. Most relationships, when they part ways, it don't end up that well. And follow me on Instagram. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. I keep forgetting to tell people to follow me on Instagram, man. But yeah, it's like you would think with all the education that a lot of women have that they would be able to figure out their personal relationships. But no, they can't figure it out. Even if you tell them what's going on in their relationship, you give them pointers, can't do it. They don't want to make the change. It's too hard. I don't got time. I don't put in the effort. I know a lot of 40 and 50-year-old women out here. They some got businesses, some got high paying jobs, but they're miserable. Like really miserable. I'm talking like they probably haven't had sex in months, years. I know quite a few women that's like that. Because what happens is people just don't like being around them because they're too overwhelming and they're just not fun to be around like that. But they think otherwise. And if you tell them, hey, I think you're single because of this and that, they're like, oh, they, they reject it. So some people just can't be saved. Some people just can't. You just got to let them be. and that's it. You know, some people just like that. Especially the older they get, the worse most people, women, tend to get too, because they get set in their ways, and they're just never gonna change. Even if they know what to do, they're still not gonna change. You know, and that's just how it is. You know, you have a lot of women that, like I said, they make good salaries, got a good job. They might have started like a salon business or some shit like that 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And in their mind, hey, I shouldn't be single. I got this business, I got all this money in my bank account. I look halfway decent. I got a big ass, big tits, whatever. And the guys ain't paying attention to me. And the ones that do pay attention to me, she don't want those guys. And that's another thing with a lot of women. They think that there's something else. They always value themselves more than what they really are. A lot of women do that. They always think they're something that they're not. They think they're more. You know, if a woman says, "Hey, on a scale of one," if you ask a woman on a scale 0 to 10, what do you think how you rate yourself? She'll say, "Oh, I'm a 9." A 9? God damn! Shit. Well, if you a 9, what about Beyonce or Rihanna or I don't know, Mariah or and all Tyra Banks and on? Well, and she don't know what to say. She's like, well, I give them a 8. A 8? What? You know, that's how you catch them off guard. You know, because they don't really know. You know, they don't really know how to really uh compare themselves to these celebrities. And then they'll have to backtrack and be like, oh, I don't know, I didn't look at it like that. You know, so most women always overrate themselves. You know, but the thing is, things that women focus on, we don't really care about. You know, most guys don't really care about stuff like. The only guys that really care about how much money a woman makes is a guy that really can't take care of himself. In most cases, you know, most guys when they're dating a woman, they're not really thinking about, oh, I wonder how much money she make an hour on her job. They're not really thinking like that. No. Now they might get to that point. Hey, what you do for a living? Blah blah blah. This and that. But they're not really thinking, okay, I hope she got a good paying job, or I want her to have hers, and blah blah. It's okay for her to have her own life in order. That's cool, but that's not like the Big Dipper. That's not like um a deal breaker for most guys, unless his life ain't in order. Do you think modern women can follow the ways or guidance of a traditional man? Most, no. Most of them, no. They're not going to be able to do it because a lot of women today don't like being held accountable, and a lot of women will say stuff like they'll say, "Hey, I want a traditional man," but they don't want to be a traditional woman because that's not who they are. So you know, I think the majority are not going to be able to live up to being what a traditional man. No, they're unfit. They weren't raised to be um married material. Really. Yeah, I think a lot of women might try, but it'll end up not working out. See, it's the culture here in America. It's the culture that has men and women act, behave, and manipulates and have people that motivates people to do certain things. It's the culture that's corrupt here. You know, it's like the culture is like the water. If you throw everybody in the water in this culture, only the strong is going to survive and thrive. And even the best of the best will have struggles from time to time. You know, you ever notice that? I don't know if this ever happened to you before. You ever notice when you go out of town and you go to the beach, or maybe you might go to the islands, the Virgin Islands, someplace, or you go to the beach, the closest beach, Myrtle Beach, whatever, beach in Alabama, it don't matter, North Carolina, whatever. But when you go to the beach for the weekend, you leave Friday, come back Sunday, and when you go in that water, you feel a certain type of kind of like freedom, kind of like you feel alive. You feel like rejuvenated. Every person that goes to a beach or goes on a vacation, uh, not on a vacation, but specifically to a beach. If you go onto an island or a beach front, every person that has experienced that, you're actually close to nature. You might be in nature if you're on an island. You know, almost everyone that has went to a beach or went to some island somewhere has had that experience, had that feeling. Everybody. It's hard to describe, but everybody that's had that experience know what I'm talking about. You can have people, you have a couple that argue, fuss, and fight all the time. But if they go to the Bahamas for a week or just for 4 days, they ain't arguing about nothing. They're getting along. It ain't no problems. Why is that? It's the culture. It's the environment. That's what it is. It's the culture, it's the environment that influences how people behave, act, think, etc. The culture is corrupt here. It doesn't support you having good relationships or maintaining good relationships. This is why um, a lot of people are fat and overweight. And even if you try to do your best as far as your diet goes, you still should supplement. You still have to supplement along with the food that you take in, because the food that we eat today ain't like the food 60, 100 years ago, because the soil is all fucked up. It's corrupt. We stay in a corrupt society. Everything is poison. You might not think it ain't so because, oh, it tastes good to me, right? Or you might be drinking water. It's all good. No. The bottle of water is just a slow kill. That's all. Now we know the tap water ain't no good. We know that. But we know the tap water, the bottle of the water is better than the tap water in most cases, unless you filter in your water. And if that's the case, great. That's really how you want to do it, really, if you can. But the bottled water ain't too much better than the water on tap. And the food, like I said, the soil is bad. So it doesn't matter what type of seed you have. If the soil is bad, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. That's why I always go to farmers market to buy like seafood or vegetables and stuff like that. The majority anyway. Well, that's how it is. But if you really want to get the best, if you really want to put the best stuff in your body, you still should supplement. The food is not the same today. Nothing is the same today. Nothing. You are what you eat. I know that's a cliche statement, but people act the way they act. The food has a lot to do with it. What you hear, what you see, that has a lot to do with it. How you think, all of that has to do with how you think. It's like when people see my videos and they see these bookcases, they have a pretty good idea how I think. Doesn't take a genius for them to be like, damn, that's a lot of books. So they know that I like reading, right? I like learning. And all of that makes me think and act in a certain type of way. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. You don't have to know me to figure that out. It's like a lot of people will get in their car and listen to music every time, right? I don't do that. Sometimes I listen to audiobooks. I mean, if you keep listening to rap music, I mean, god damn. It's gonna have you thinking a certain type of. It does affect you, whether you realize it or not. Even if you scroll through on Instagram every day, looking at these big booty women, a lot of it's surgery. Yeah, we know that. But if you keep scrolling through that every day, 7 days a week, if you do that once a day, 7 days a week, 365, that is going to affect you as well. Because you're going to be, in your mind, you're going to be thinking, I want a bitch like that. That's similar to that or close to that. And you might get one. And the ones that are around you, they won't be good enough no more. You're going to be looking to upgrade. Because that's what you going to get used to seeing. And eventually you probably used to being around them types of women. That's on Instagram. It's kind of like a guy that's from, I'm gonna use myself for example. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but you see what I'm going with it. I use myself for example. I'm from South Carolina. I'm from the Myrtle Beach, Georgetown area, right? Now, growing up, now we had some nice young girls or whatever, but we ain't had a lot of bad bitches like that, you know? So I'm what, 19? I went to college 1 year, and then I'm 20 now. And then I go in the Navy. First stop, Chicago. That's where I did my boot camp at. Great Lakes, suburbs. 6 months later, I go back home for 2 weeks, straight to Japan, Yokosuka, Japan. Now, let's keep in mind, I ain't never been out the country before. I didn't even have a passport at the time. I'm 20 years old. Like I said, I ain't used to being around women um like that. You know, not bad bitches, not like that. Right? So I go to Japan. I'm seeing girls that I used to see in rap videos. Like when you go to Tokyo, you see everything in Tokyo. You go to the nightclubs and all that shit, you see everything in Tokyo. I ain't never seen women like that. Ever. So for the first 20 years of my life, the bad bitches I seen were in the videos, on TV. I ain't never been no place else really far outside of I think the only place I ever been outside of South Carolina at the time was North Carolina for like a weekend with my parents, you know. So to me that was like a culture shock. So now for 4 years I done traveled, I'm on a Navy ship. So we going everywhere. We going to Australia, Korea, Guam, Dubai, Bahrain, Thailand, um, shit, San Diego, Tacoma, Washington. Uh, where else we went to? We went a lot of these places 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We've been to Australia like 3, 4 times. I've been to Korea like 5, 6 times. I've been to Dubai like 4 or 5 times. I've been to Thailand 7, 8 times. We're going to these places multiple times, you know. And now I'm getting used to being around this scene, getting used to being around these type of caliber women, or just being around these types of people, period. So after 4 years, it's time for me to get out the Navy. Now I got to come back here. And what I'm supposed to do? Go back to being the way I used to be? It ain't happening. It's impossible. You can't go back the way you used to be. You can't downgrade like that. You've already programmed. Well, I didn't do it. The military, the Navy did it. At least the command where I was stationed at. They already programmed me to be used to this way of living, this way of thinking, being around these types of people. And now that I'm out, you telling me, hey, see you later, alligator. You're on your own now. And I was supposed to go back to being the way I used to be after all the experiences I had in there, good, bad, negative, positive, whatever. It ain't happening. You never be the same ever again after the experiences that I've had, or any veteran. It ain't happening. It's the culture, it's the environment that makes you or programs you to be that way. Just like you being in a big city with you and your woman. Y'all hustling and bustling. You're probably overworked. You're stressed. You don't really have time. Y'all have a hard time making time to be around each other. You're fighting. You're fussing all the time. But when you take a vacation, y'all cool now. Y'all get along now. It's the environment that have people acting that. It's what's in the water that have them acting that way. That's how it is. So if a girl goes to college or go to a big university, it's the same thing. It's initiation. Orientation is initiation. She can go there by herself, but yeah, she's being initiated. She's being brainwashed. And she'll go to college and y'all have a long-term relationship. She'll come home on the weekends from time to time to see you. Slowly but surely, you start to see a little difference in her. And one day she'll say some little slick shit. And you be like, yo, what's up with that? And you let it slide. And then it'll happen again. A week, 2 weeks later, it'll happen again. She'll start meeting all these new friends while she's at college. And then she's gonna meet guys when she's at college, you know. And then she'll come home one weekend, or maybe you go to her college one weekend. And then you see how it is up here. And then you see her gradually start to change over time. Weeks, months go by. And then all of a sudden, she starts getting nasty with you on the telephone. And you be like, yo, what's up? What the hell going on? And she like, ain't nothing. Lo and behold, she met some other guy. She went on a date with him a couple of times. He might have picked her up, some local guy that stayed near the college, or stay in the city or the town where the university at. And now she don't want to fuck with you no more. That scenario happens. It's happening right now to somebody, some guy. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Everybody got a relative that went to college, and they'll come home. Maybe they go to grandma's house or come home to your mama's house and be like, "Y'all ain't living right." They'll start saying little slick shit, and you be looking at them like, "What the fuck my niece talking about? What's going on with her? Or what my sister talking? My sister talking about? She acting brand new around here, like she better than us." You sent her to college. You sent her to a white dominated school, university, 95% white, and then you expect her to come back home and remember where she came from. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Now, the only way it can happen is if she's the type that she's like me. I got books in the back. I have both sides. I got the academic side, and I'm self-taught too. That's the only way. But if she's strictly focused on being academically educated only, man, when she get them damn degrees, it's over. It's over. Shit. Smash the like button. Share the video. What up? Great Black Man 84. What's going down? Mississippi in the house. Let's smash the like button, man. This is how people get miseducated. This is how women get miseducated. But women they'll go to college. The more education they get, the dumber they get. It's like they'll destroy the whole family based on how she feels. That's these colleges and universities, they're institutionalized, bro. It's a brainwashing system. That's what it really is. Just like the military. It's just a different environment, different system of brainwashing. Different levels of brainwashing. That's the thing. Once you understand how these institutions work, you won't get caught off guard no more. You understand. It's just like if I had a girl that told me, "Hey, I'm going to college. I'm going to USC in California, in LA." And if I knew what I knew today, back when I was 18, 19, in my mind, I'm like, when this bitch go to USC in LA, that bitch gone. This relationship is over 9 times out of 10. It might survive, but I ain't going to be surprised if one day she ain't feeling me no more, or she don't want to talk to me no more, because I know how things work. And I know most people, they don't think like I do. Most people can't sit down for 48 minutes and explain to you how this shit works. Most people can't. Because it takes a thinking, a certain type of person to be able to speak like this and break it down to you in simple terms and make it make sense. This is why I don't get caught off guard no more. I'm not like surprised that a certain man or woman said a certain type of thing. Hold on for a sec. She goes to USC, she'll meet a new guy, and that's normal. Exactly. That is normal. It's normal, bro. Hey, I'll be back. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. Manscaped just hooked me up with a bunch of stuff. The Perfect Package 4.0. It's a trimmer. It's waterproof. You get 90 minutes once you put it on the charger. Turn it on. Plus, you get free boxer, free bag, and you get the t-shirt that I got on right now. Plus, you get the liquids to keep you fresh to death. All you gotta do is go to manscaped.com, use the promo code CAN'TWAIT20. You get 20% off, plus free shipping, plus 2 free gifts at manscaped.com. Plus, you get a newspaper. We save balls. So all you gotta do to get 20% off is go to manscaped.com, plus free shipping, plus 2 free gifts, and use the promo code Can't Wait 20. All right, I'm back. Yeah, man, this type of stuff happens. It happens all the time when a lot of women go to school, man. Yeah, commercial do it. uh, shit. Yeah, it happens all the time, man. It happens to a lot of guys. A lot of guys get caught off guard too. Yeah, smash the like button, man. You know, it's like, see, your favorite, a lot of your favorite people that you follow online is not gonna, that's never gonna tell you what I just explained to you. You know why? Because they don't understand it. Because they haven't lived long enough to understand it. And they don't have my level of experience, just life experience. And I'm not knocking them. People can only tell you what they know. People can only tell you what they know. And even the ones that do know, they're not going to tell you. You know, sad but true. You know, and check this out. This goes for women that's in other countries as well. This goes for women in other countries as well. Women in other countries, they're being brainwashed too. Women that have in other cultures are being brainwashed too. Sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. Now, every culture is not perfect by any means necessary. No means necessary. No, every culture, no culture is perfect. Regardless of regardless of how the woman look, regardless of what language you speak, no culture is perfect. Now, the problem with a lot of guys when they get with women from other cultures, if there's something about the woman, if the woman is doing something that you don't like, that's where the problem comes in at for a lot of guys. Because a lot of guys try to break her out of that. And it's hard to do that because maybe her family, maybe it's a family tradition. And maybe her family is going to be looking to see if she's still doing that thing that you dislike. And if that's the case, it's going to be hard to get her out of that. You know? That's where a lot of problems come in at. My wife started tripping after an associate degree. Yeah, she got it. She tripping after an associate degree. And she ain't got a bachelor's. See, that's how it is. That's usually how it is. And see, you have a lot of women, or just people in general, they're not used to having shit. They're not used to being in a position of authority or just they're not used to doing anything outside of their comfort zone. So if they ever get in a position of authority, you see this on jobs all the time. This happens on jobs all the time. You might have a woman that becomes supervisor or get in some management position, and still she'll start acting like a goddamn fool. And she might even try to manhandle you or talk to you in a certain type of way. And you usually have to end up quitting, getting another job. Because not only is she trying to manhandle you or mistreat you, the management, they know about it and they ain't doing nothing about it. So that's a no-win situation. And see, if you respond, if you push back to what she's doing, you're going to become the problem. That happens all the time on these jobs. And see, the management knew that she was going to be like that anyway before they even gave her the position. That's what most people don't realize. They knew she was going to act a goddamn fool. But she only acts a goddamn fool towards certain groups of people. She don't treat white folks like that. She look out for them, but she don't look out for you. You know why? Because it's a respect thing. No, most white folks don't respect us. And she don't either. And they know that. That's why they gave her that position. See, that's the game that's being played at work. Most of these jobs. But if you don't know that, you're going to get caught up. You know? So I must have been almost an hour, man. You know? That's pretty much all I got, man. Got any questions, man? Just I'm gonna put the link in here real quick. Any questions? You just come on. Yeah, any questions? Come on, man. Otherwise, I'm gonna be up out of here. I gotta meet up with somebody at 8:30. I said, bro, everything you're saying is true. Since the age of about 27, I had a little leeway because I have my own business. But yeah, having your own business helps because you can kind of control. See, the more money you make, the more freedom you have, more opportunities you can create, and you can avoid the BS. You might not be able to avoid a lot of shit, but you don't got to take it. You can say no. You can say, hey, I'm out. Peace. So you have leverage. Leverage. That's what you have. But if you don't get leverage, oh boy, they got you by the balls now, boy. This ain't going. You're gonna be stressed. You're gonna be wanting to knock somebody's head off, but you can't do it because, especially if that's the only income you got, you don't got no other assets, no other resources. You probably don't got no other support, and that's a bad position to be in. And a lot of guys are in that position, unfortunately. But you don't have to stay that way. That's the good news. You know, see, the older you get, you want to have more options to live your life on your own terms. You don't got to kiss nobody's ass or sacrifice yourself or none of that. You can say no. You don't got to tolerate no BS. If a woman is doing something you don't like, you cut her off. Replace her ass. Either she shape up or shape out. You know? Yo.
Yo, what's going on, Sharp?
What up? What's on your
Well, what's
mind?
going on, bro?
ATL.
Yeah, man. I'm up here finna go in these Hooters, man. Watch the game, man. I had to jump on here and holler at you, man. I finally was able to get on the StreamYard thing, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So who's how's business going?
Oh man, Sharp been messing up bad, man. I guess it's my signal. I guess I ain't getting in there too good right now.
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, damn. Oh, well, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I don't know. That's a bad signal, I guess. But it's telling you don't have to take motherfucking thing. Thanks. Yeah. I'll catch you next time, ATL. I'm about to get up off here, man. You back? Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm back on, big bro. I don't know if you can hear me, but
Yeah.
it's still okay.
Yeah, I said, how's business?
Yeah, man. But oh man, business been picking up real good, man. Let me tell you something, man. I guess I became a quote unquote high value man, but right now, even 100,000 ain't that much if you lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The hell with
But
all that high value. I don't know what that means, bro. Hell with all that. Just be a man. Focus on being a man.
right, you right. That's what I said too. Like I had a long day. I'm just trying to go to Hooters, have me some wings, drink me a beer, watch the game, man. Take it on in, man. But yeah, business. I saw that too in one of your shows. I could.
Damn. Shit, I lost him again, man. Ah, shit. Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, I'm about to be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, share the video. Hit the Cash App on your way out. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.